Hey y'all, it's Sunday, October 4th. I'm on my way to work and I just finished listening to the news and I have a message for Mr. Obama. How many so-called refugees are you bringing into the country this month? How many of these refugees are women and children? That's what I want to know. Because let me tell you something. Something that you probably don't give a shit about, but you should. The people you're bringing in, these are the same people that last week murdered a husband and wife in front of their 4 children. They even stopped their vehicle to look inside to confirm the deaths. Do you get that? Do you get what I'm saying? These are the same people. And I just finished listening to the news, which I haven't done all weekend. And I found out that in the last 3 days alone, yesterday in fact, Saturday, 3 Israelis were stabbed in Jerusalem. 2 fatally, a rabbi, 41-year-old rabbi, and another man, including the man's wife, who is in critical condition in the hospital and has been in a coma since. They're going to try and wake her up today and see if it works. And their little tiny baby was stabbed as well. That's yesterday. Another incident in Jerusalem yesterday, possibly by the same terrorist or one of his friends. A 15-year-old boy was stabbed, Jewish boy. His injuries are considered mild. I don't know what mild, light, critical are. I don't care. These are the same people that you're bringing into the United States of America, and they're going to do exactly the same thing to the American people. They already have been doing it. You've been calling it gun control and all this kind of bullshit. We can see that it's not that. It's a war over religion. That's what it is. The fact of the matter is, there is no one to talk to in Islam. There is no one. And I don't care how moderate you say they are, or you are, or whatever it is. They are coming into America to do to America what they're doing in Israel, what they're doing in Iraq, what they're doing in Syria, what they're doing in France, in England, in Bulgaria, in China, and everywhere else that you look around. And you're letting them in with open arms into the United States of America. Yesterday, 5 more Israelis were injured by rock throwers. By the way, you know, lightly injured. What does that mean? Lightly injured. The only democracy in the Middle East, the only place where a Muslim woman doesn't have to cover her face of fear that someone might hurt her, unless it's her husband or brothers, of course. I go to the market and I see Muslims, Christians, Baha'i, Buddhist, Jewish, everybody shopping in the same place. There are no issues. Until you get to the open road. Until you get to Jerusalem. Until you get to Judea and Samaria. And let me remind you something. Judea and Samaria, regardless of what official papers say, they're part of Israel. So Mr. Obama, I know you want to keep your presidency, and you would have kept it for another 20 years if you could, and turned that country, the United States, into an Islamic republic. But let me tell you something. You keep that up, they don't care. You think they're going to keep you alive? They're not going to keep you alive. To them, you're just as bad as everybody else in America. It's an equal opportunity murder, serial murderers. That's what they are. Equal opportunity. That means they kill anybody and everybody who doesn't turn into their own religion. Okay? And even though you might be a closeted Muslim, I have no idea what you are. I don't even think you know what you are. But what I'm saying is you're bringing in tens of thousands of murderers into your country. Maybe one of them is a good guy. Maybe. I don't know. Do you know if they're real refugees? Did you stop to wonder why there are no women and children included in those refugee lists? Maybe because they're not refugees. Maybe because they're part of the Muslim Brotherhood. Your friends. The people you put to power in Egypt. Unsuccessfully, thank God. Maybe they're friends of these ISIS people, you know? Another group you like. Mr. Obama, get a life. Get something real to worry about, as in your country's economy, your country's health problems, your country's security. And let me tell you something else, not just you, but the American people. Healthcare, the economy, unemployment, all of that means nothing. Nothing if you don't have security. Unless your people are safe, unless the American people are safe in their homes, in their streets, in the malls, in the colleges, in the movie theaters, unless they're safe, health insurance, health benefits, health care, the economy, unemployment, none of that matters when you're dead. Gun control laws? Seriously? If there had been one professor in that classroom in Oregon the other day with a gun, they could have stopped the gunman before he killed all these people. People who legally own guns do not go and shoot other people for the most part. Granted, some do, maybe a few, a couple, but nothing compared to those who aim to kill from the start. And those people will get their guns any way they can. Legally or illegally, it doesn't matter to them. They'll find a way to get guns, and you know that, and I know that, and every single other person in America knows that. When I lived in the US, I had 3 guns for years. 3. Because I was a safety instructor. So there were 3 different guns. Never used them on one person, ever. Never aimed them at another person. And in places where I could open carry, I did. And let me tell you, wasn't bothered by anyone. I was safe. And I felt safe anywhere I could. So the American people, you better open your eyes and you better pay attention. All these people you call Muslim refugees, they don't have to come all the way to America. There are other Muslim countries in the world. A lot of them. What, 50-something? They can take them. America does not need to have them. Let them go to other Muslim countries. That's where they belong. In Muslim countries. Have you ever stopped to wonder why other Muslim countries aren't taking them in? Why do they have to go to Europe? Why do they have to go to America? For one reason only. They already have their little Muslim world. But now it's time to take over America and over the US. Over the US and over Europe. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And that's what they're trying to do in Israel as well. They're trying to destroy the only democracy, the only true ally that the US still has, despite this president. Despite this president, despite the way he treats our prime minister, despite the way he treats the Jewish people, despite the way he treats our country, America still has an ally in Israel. And I'm telling you this as a warning. As one who lives among these people and whose life is just in as much as danger every single day, because our laws in Israel right now prevent regular citizens from defending themselves. Even prevent some soldiers from shooting when they see a terrorist. Oh no, rocks are not a danger. No, they're not. Not when they hit a car, right? Wake up, America. Wake up before you turn into the Middle East. That's all I have to say.